Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it scream from the haters. Got a nice ring to it. Doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it scream.
South African UFC middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis is turning heads once more as explosive new training footage surfaces ahead of his highly anticipated UFC 319 clash with Khamzat Chimaev. The clips showcase his relentless pace, raw power, and razor-sharp technique, all of which encompass his often termed weird style. It's a clear message: he's leaving nothing to chance in the biggest fight of his career. Plessis focuses on counter-grappling by skillfully breaking his opponent's attempts to secure a hold, while maneuvering into a dominant position of his own. He uses sharp defensive frames and quick hip movement to escape control, then immediately transitions into pressing his weight down, locking his opponent in place to dictate the pace and maintain bottom or top control. Under the watchful eyes of his head coach,
Khamzat doesn't know what it is when people want to wrestle him. He's only facing guys who's trying to get away from his wrestling. We don't want to try to get away from his wrestling. We want to put him up in his game. You can't think that you're going to beat my guy coming with one thing, and that's wrestling. That guy's one-dimensional. Have you seen his stand-up? I won't even give him a pro license for his stand-up. He doesn't present any problem for us. We are the problem.
he takes defense training to another level. In one session, 5 fighters tried to grapple him at the same time, yet not a single one could bring him down. His balance, strength, and sheer control make it look effortless, turning what would be chaos for most into just another drill. In another defense-turn-offense moment, Du Plessis begins on his back before making a sharp hip switch to face the mat. From there, he drives forward with blazing pace, quickly turning the tide of the exchange and putting himself in position to press the action, leaving you wondering exactly how he'll capitalize next, especially against Chimaev. In offensive training, Du Plessis tears through pad work with extreme quickness, unleashing rapid punches, kicks, and combinations. Sweat pours down as he stays light on his feet, breathing hard but maintaining precision, a clear display of both speed and conditioning.
Doing something mean to it, do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it scream from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power. No stops ticking, I just count the hours. I stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power.
Dricus du Plessis is back at it with more pad work, showing off footwork that's as sharp as it is balanced. Every step is controlled, every punch and kick lightning fast. He combines speed, power, and stability in a way that's both impressive and efficient. Additionally, Du Plessis seems to have a secret training weapon, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen. At first, he's just throwing punches at a heavy bag, each strike precise and brutal. But then, the real target is revealed, and it's guaranteed to make your jaw drop. This isn't your average gym session. Du Plessis is taking training to a whole new level. For cardio, he mentions that outside of fight camp, he usually walks around between 230 to 250 pounds to build stamina. Right now, though, he's sitting at a weight he feels is just right for both training and performance.
One, what do you walk around at, and then how far away from that 185 are you right now?
I'm still quite a bit
quite a fair bit away from 185, but I do walk around 225, 230. That's my walk around weight out of camp, of course. And then in camp we started to slim down, and right now my weight's on track. Weight is perfectly where I needed to be this stage of the fight. And we are 10 days away from weigh-ins right now, and this is where the hard part starts. Getting the body ready to cut that water and put it back on safely.
Another thing he does for endurance is absorbing body shots, tightening his core and bracing against each impact. The drill hardens his midsection and builds pain tolerance, sharpening his ability to withstand punishment. Du Plessis shows off endurance and strength management, even in playful training. While sparring lightly with Neiman training partner, he goes through the motions effortlessly, barely breaking a sweat while Neiman is out of breath trying to keep up. It's a striking contrast that highlights just how conditioned he really is.
So sideways. See, now now you can come forward if you want. There we go.
See, I only have one. It's this. It's the only thing I have to keep away. I was gonna teep you, but I almost walked the knee.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, you gotta get ready to teep. Get ready for it. Okay.
There you go.
I gotta close my eyes. My eyes are closed.
That's how I do it, so it works perfect.
Wow, that's just, you have to eat a lot. You really take a lot of damn to the head.
You do.
Okay, I wanna do it to you. Okay, ready?
You're doing to me, yeah. See, now you're putting me under severe pressure.
You feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel it? Dude.
That's crazy.
Pressure makes diamonds, Dricus. Pressure makes diamonds.
Moreover, Du Plessis seems to be in Chicago, decompressing upon arrival before continuing his training, and even throwing the ceremonial first pitch at the Chicago Cubs versus Cincinnati Reds MLB game. He mentions that he arrived in Chicago 3 weeks early, as he always does, to get fully settled before a fight. He likes knowing where everything is and being comfortable with his surroundings. From the gym to the venue itself, by arriving early, he avoids last-minute travel, stress, or concerns about weight management, allowing him to focus entirely on preparation. Having familiarized himself with the United Center and his training environment, he feels at home and confident, something he considers a key part of his routine.
And I came out 3 weeks earlier. I always do that. I like to know where everything is. I don't like to get here and fight close to the fight and don't have the gym yet. I have to figure things out. I like to be as comfortable as I can be when I get to the fight. So that's the recipe that's been working for me. You don't want to be worrying about travel, your weight when you travel. I'm settled in. I feel comfortable. I know where the gym is. I know where everything is. I know where the United Center is. I've been there, so I feel at home. It's going to be special. I mean, I was in the United Center yesterday. The history of that place.
He has also been spotted sparring with Alexander Volkanovski. Plessis is in full motion, sparring, pad work, and pushing through an intense workout. Every move showcases not just speed and power, but also the conditioning and strength that make his body a finely tuned machine. This is peak performance in action. Parallel with Du Plessis' training, Khamzat Chimaev is seen effortlessly lifting Daniel Cormier off the ground. DC's reaction says it all, completely amazed by the sheer power behind Chimaev's move. Even legends aren't immune to being impressed. And this proves why Du Plessis needs to train harder than ever.
Come on. Oh, shit. What is this? You big guy now? Huh? You big guy now? You want this shit? Let me just see. Oh! What? Holy shit! Hey, this fucking guy, man! My bad, dog. Holy shit! What the fuck was that? time I let somebody pick me up like that. What was that? God damn, boy, you feel strong.
After witnessing du Plessis' intense and varied training, experts have much to say about his style and movement. Starting with Corey Sandhagen, who's notable for his fight IQ, he attributes du Plessis' weirdness to the fact that he throws his head in awkward positions while punching, making him a tough opponent whose movements go beyond conventional understanding.
Du Plessis is weird because he throws his head into weird spots as he's throwing punches, okay? This is just hard to deal with, okay? If every time a man that size throws a punch and you don't know where his head is going to go afterwards, it can get really tricky. And the reason that I would call this like an instinctive built skill instead of like a technically built skill is because there's a way that du Plessis does it that I think you can't understand unless you've had du Plessis' style for a really long time.
Affirming Sandhagen's breakdown, du Plessis calls his weird style a superior style that isn't easily comprehensible.
Actually, what he was doing was he was saying, other people will say your style is very weird. He disagreed. He called it just an MMA style. I'm curious, what do you think maybe people don't understand about your style and what you bring to the cage?
Yeah, I think you just said it best. They don't understand it, because if they did, they would have figured it out by now, and they haven't. So I think it's a superior style. That's how I think of it.
While Sandhagen zeroed in on head movement, Michael Bisping praises du Plessis as an incredible grappler, noting past footage of him choking out multiple Gracie Barra black belts in succession. He highlights du Plessis' versatility. While some criticize his rhythm and timing, Bisping stresses that effectiveness matters more than textbook technique, recalling how underestimating a weird style once cost him dearly against Don Henderson. At UFC 100,
an incredible grappler. I mean, we've seen the videos of him choking out an entire Gracie Barra black belt one after the other. He can wrestle, he's got good judo. His striking's good as well. I know people like to talk shit about the rhythm and the timing. Is it effective? Yeah. It's like when I fought Dan Henderson at UFC 100, my boxing coach was watching videos of Dan Henderson going, lad, you're going to fucking destroy this guy, right? He's shite. He's shite. What happened? Boom. I got slept, right? It's not about being the most technically pretty. It's about being a...
Coach Tim Welch weighs in on endurance, describing du Plessis as a real freak of nature. He recalls training sessions where 10 elite 185-pound fighters rotated in over 25 minutes, each going all out for a minute or two before being replaced by a fresh partner. This relentless rotation is meant to exhaust him, yet du Plessis not only endures, but pulls off moves that shouldn't work. Somehow, he makes them work.
Watching the countdown, watching the embeddeds, he's got like 10 guys switching in on him. 10 elite guys, like 185ers, switching in on him over 25 minutes, trying to fatigue him. They can't use two partners with this guy. They need to use all these partners to give these partners, go in there, go as hard as you can for a minute, hard as you can for 2 minutes, switch him out, get a fresh guy to try to absolutely fatigue this guy. He is a real freak of nature, Dricus du Plessis, and he gets away with things that you don't think you should get.
On the other hand, Coach Eric Nixick likens sparring with du Plessis to facing a booger, awkward, unpredictable, and hard to get control over. Unlike clean, precise fighters, du Plessis throws, punches, and defends from odd angles, with big stepovers and looping shots coming from unconventional positions, often with his hands down. Despite the unorthodox style, he executes it with skill, fueled by immense heart, unwavering self-belief, and a willingness to put everything on the line in a fight.
Sparring a guy who's clean and precise, sometimes those guys are the easier guys to spar, but we call guys like that a booger, right? Like they're just awkward. But what happens is when he's not clean and concise, the punches come from weird angles. The defense comes from weird angles. There's just things for you to. It takes a hard time to get control over, right? It's just that big step overs and loops and everything else coming from all different positions with his hands down. But goddamn it, he does it well. He's got so much heart and self-belief in what he does, right? And he's truly one of those guys when you watch him, like he's really willing to die in there, like the way that he fights.
Again, on his unconventional methods, Kenny Florian highlights du Plessis' style as both unpredictable and relentlessly effective. It may not be the polished textbook form you'd find in a coaching manual, but his ability to blend techniques into his own chaotic rhythm consistently wins rounds.
And yeah, it may not look pretty. It's not what a coach or, some kind of online tutorial would tell you to do specifically from an execution standpoint. It might even look a little bit sloppy, but it doesn't matter because the way he's able to put it all together allows him.
Florian explains that the most difficult opponents aren't always the highly technical ones you can read. They're the fighters whose movements and timing defy expectation. Du Plessis thrives in that space, forcing rivals into constant uncertainty. In the end, Florian notes, fighting isn't about looking pretty, it's about getting the job done. And Du Plessis ensures that.
And I would argue, for people who are in the sport, for people who have trained in MMA or jiu-jitsu, the most difficult guy to deal with oftentimes is that guy who is not moving at a rhythm or a pace or in a way that you are used to. I would much prefer to go against, in many cases, someone who is highly technical, who I could read their patterns and movements really well, something that I'm used to, as opposed to someone who I have no idea what they're going to do next. And Dricus brings that. Again, not the prettiest thing, but it doesn't have to. Sometimes in
some experts seem to be leaning slightly towards Du Plessis in the matchup, saying he always finds a way to win. The only major obstacle, Chimaev's sheer power and dominance.
DDP, I've got no idea. The more I watch him, the less I know about him.
It is super interesting, but Tom, how do you see the fight going? Who wins?
I will never, ever, ever think that DDP is going to lose again.
Wow.
I just don't know. He just finds a way to win. Against Khamzat Chimaev, though, someone that I've shared a card with a couple of times in Abu Dhabi, funny enough. Khamzat Chimaev is an absolute beast, man. And if he can get that back control and start that cycle that he does, of dragging guys to the ground, going for the submissions, punching them from there, punishing them, tiring them out.
Du Plessis' training clearly focuses on refining his unconventional style and enhancing it to secure victory against Chimaev. But only time will tell if all this work will be enough. Who do you think comes out on top in this battle? Will Du Plessis' training pay off? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this epic showdown.